a suspense thriller horror historical story in the beginning. The Mughal palace did not look like a place of fear. It looked like paradise. Marble floors echoed with laughter. Silk curtains danced with the wind. The future emperor's children ran freely, unaware that the palace they played in would one day become a prison and a graveyard of bloodlines. Dara Shikoh was born under celebration. From childhood, servants bowed deeper, teachers spoke softer, and courtiers smiled wider around him. Shah Jahan would place his hand on Dara's head and say, "This child has light." Dara grew up believing the world could be understood, debated, and united. In the same palace, Aurangzeb grew up watching. He was not unloved, but he was unseen. While Dara learned poetry and philosophy, Aurangzeb learned silence. He watched how power moved, who was praised, who was ignored, who survived. When Dara fell sick, the palace panicked. When Aurangzeb nearly drowned once, history barely noticed. That moment carved something into him. He learned early that love was not protection, only strength was. At night, while others slept, Aurangzeb prayed, not for happiness, but for control. Because in the Mughal world, princes were not raised to live long lives. They were raised to outlive their brothers. The palace smiled, but its walls were already learning the taste of blood. Shah Jahan loved beauty in buildings, in ideas, in people, and Dara Shikoh was his most beautiful creation. He placed Dara beside him during court meetings. Foreign visitors were introduced to Dara as the future of Hindustan. Every smile Shah Jahan gave his eldest son became a silent wound for Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb noticed everything. He noticed how nobles laughed louder at Dara's jokes. He noticed how mistakes were forgiven for one son and remembered for another. He noticed how faith was discussed like poetry, not law, inside Aurangzeb. A dangerous thought grew. An empire built by swords cannot be protected by books. While Dara debated unity between religions, Aurangzeb read scripture like a weapon. He believed God rewarded discipline, not tolerance. And slowly, religious scholars began whispering in his ears. Dara walks a dangerous path. Dara's ideas confuse faith. Dara may destroy Islam from the throne. Shah Jahan dismissed these warnings. That was his greatest mistake. Because favoritism doesn't just hurt feelings, it creates enemies inside families. Aurangzeb stopped seeing Dara as a brother. He began seeing him as a mistake that needed correction, and the throne watched quietly. One night, the emperor coughed. By morning, the palace was shaking. Shah Jahan the Unbreakable had fallen ill. Doctors whispered, courtiers panicked, and the throne finally spoke. In Mughal law, there was no mercy clause, no crown prince protection, only one rule: when the king weakens, the sons must fight. Dara believed his father would recover. He sent orders with confidence, expecting loyalty to obey tradition and love. Aurangzeb did not move. He waited. He prayed longer. He listened harder. He counted soldiers. While Dara trusted destiny, Aurangzeb trusted human fear. He sent secret messages to generals, promising stability. To clerics, he promised religious order. To soldiers, he promised victory. When Shah Jahan recovered, he tried to stop the war. But wars, once awakened, do not listen to fathers. The brothers were already marching. This was no longer about succession. This was about who deserved to exist. And the devil smiled because the blood would stay within the family. The battlefield did not care about philosophy. It only understood steel. Dara's army fought with belief. Aurangzeb's army fought with certainty. That was the difference. Dust swallowed the sky. Horses screamed. Men died not knowing whose claim they defended. Aurangzeb stood calm, calculating every move. Dara trusted generals who would later betray him. One by one, Dara's allies disappeared. Some switched sides. Some vanished into the night. Betrayal spreads faster than fire. When Dara fled, the empire watched its future emperor become a fugitive. The prince who spoke of unity now hid among strangers. Aurangzeb entered the capital victorious. But victory demanded more. The throne was still hungry. Aurangzeb stood before Shah Jahan, father and son. The emperor expected death. Aurangzeb chose something colder. He imprisoned his father in Agra Fort, a cage of marble and memory. Every morning, Shah Jahan looked out and saw the Taj Mahal, a monument of love, while his sons destroyed each other. That punishment was perfect. Dara Shikoh was captured. Chains replaced silk. Silence replaced philosophy. Aurangzeb met him privately. No witnesses, no history books, only brothers. Dara asked nothing. He understood now. Aurangzeb ordered the execution. When the blade fell, the Mughal Empire survived, but its soul did not. Aurangzeb ruled long, but never peacefully, because power taken through blood never stops asking for more. This story is not about Mughals. It is about human ambition. It's when love becomes favoritism, families rot. When faith becomes a weapon, humanity dies. When power becomes the goal, everyone loses. Remember this: a throne that demands blood is never worth sitting on.